already know that he has speed, he's got power. I know he's moving up in weight class, can he carry it? But those intangibles, I believe that he has them.
Look at, and then Canelo's older. Crawford has the ability, but he's small, and he can look bigger in. Crawford could look bigger in the weigh-ins and all that stuff, but it's always a difference. When you get that fight with somebody, you can tell. Same thing with Jamel. Jamel fought him, the twin. He fought Crawford, and in all the stuff, the weigh-ins and the press conference.
Too fast and too smart for Canelo. Even Canelo is a good boxer. I'm not taking nothing from Canelo.
Canelo versus Crawford is being hyped as the year's biggest fight, and boxing analyst Teddy Atlas isn't shy about his opinion. Atlas says Terence Crawford has all the tools to win, regardless of moving up in weight. He points to Crawford's discipline, ring IQ, and ability to adapt under pressure. As for Canelo Alvarez, Atlas believes he's not the same fighter fans once saw. He argues that Canelo has lost some of the hunger and sharpness that made him special, and recent performances show a decline. In fact, Atlas goes so far as to call Canelo overrated when stacked against Crawford. In the end, Atlas sees Crawford's focus and precision as the key factors that give him the edge in this high-profile showdown.
That the urgency's not there, the fire's not there. At least it wasn't there a week ago. At least I say that. It wasn't there a week ago. Maybe it'll be there now. Maybe he's the kind of guy that, and I get it, that at this point in their career, it has to be a big fight to get up. That Canelo can't get up for these fights. He couldn't get up for that fight. All right, if you want to go down that road, go ahead. But my road is still possible. That he got old, that it just doesn't have that fire no more. Oh my God, I'm going to say this one. That maybe he's a little overrated. Listen, I know he's tremendous. He's tremendous. But could he be a tiny bit overrated? If you look at some of his biggest fights, the fights where you had to be great to win, that you fought great fighters or near great fighters, you can make the argument that he lost the first Triple G. He didn't embarrass himself, but he got a draw. Second one, you can make the argument he lost that. I know it was a different kind of fight, and he got better, but you can make that. You can make the argument he lost to Lara. He did lose to Mayweather. You can make the argument he was too young in his career. Maybe. Although it wasn't that young. He turned pro when he was 15 or 16.
Mean Machine, who shared the ring with Terence Crawford, doesn't believe size will decide the outcome when Crawford faces Canelo Alvarez. He says Crawford's skill set and fight IQ put him on a different level. According to Mean Machine, Crawford's ability to think, adjust, and adapt during a fight makes him too smart for Canelo. He argues that timing and strategy matter far more than weight, and in those areas, Crawford holds the advantage. He even calls Crawford one of the most strategic fighters of his era, someone who knows how to control pace, distance, and rhythm from start to finish. For him, that's what truly wins fights, not size. In the end, he believes the edge belongs to the fighter with the sharper tools, and that fighter is Terence Crawford.
No, it's not good for Crawford. Canelo's too big. Right now, my position changed. I think Crawford is too fast and too smart for Canelo. Even Canelo is a good boxer. I'm not taking nothing from Canelo, but the way when you say oh, he's too big, when you see Usyk fights and what Usyk did to the big guys like Joshua and Fury, so the size that doesn't matter. I think the skill level matters, and Crawford, he gained weight, but I think he's gonna be even faster, and his head works good in the ring. He's boxing IQ is just on top. So I would say 50-50, but right now I'm kind of leaning more to Crawford.
And that's just because of what you saw Usyk do?
It's not I'm just giving an example. Size doesn't matter in the boxing. When they say Canelo is big and he's fighting 175, 168, and Crawford just moving from 147, 154. So I'm just putting an example that size doesn't matter, and that the fighter makes the fight. I think it's just that I see that Crawford's training and that he's big too right now. So he gained weight, but not and lots of people gain weight that sloppy weight, I would say fat, but he gained he looked strong, massively strong. So I think it's gonna be a good one.
how did Terence feel physically when you faced him? Like, how is his strength? Because yeah, a lot of people do make the point that Canelo's just maybe too big, too powerful for Crawford.
Crawford, I wouldn't say like his punches was like super strong, but his timing and accuracy is what makes difference.